Missouri in the United States of America. I say hello to my friends right above us in Canada. This is a meeting of all of North America. You are here. We are Turtle Island. We are the people that God has brought together and that the community needs in order for us to figure some things out for the greater good and the common good. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your sacrifice. I know that by the end of the 3 days, you won't even see it as a sacrifice. You'll say, oh my God, I could not have missed this. And you'll probably get on the phone this morning after we get into this and or get into the text or shoot someone a DM and say, hey, it is not too late to register. If you know someone who is not here that is really big on community impact, that's really big on trying to change neighborhoods, who has a heart for his or her parish, they need to be here this morning. Please shoot them one more email. Please shoot them one more text. Get out one more DM and say, you need to be a part of the hopeful economics unconference. We still have space for you. We still have room for you. Matter of fact, we need you to be a part of this conversation. Once again, my name is Terrell L. McTire, and I am the Minister of New Church Strategies with the Christian Church, Disciples of Christ in the United States and Canada. And it is my pleasure to be your MC, your host, your friend, your cousin, whoever you need me to be this morning and throughout the rest of this conference. I want to help guide you and make you feel comfortable with this space. Make sure you know everywhere that you want to go and be all the people that you want to be. Matter of fact, that's one of the things that's so great about virtual. You can change your name. If you don't like your name, change it. Be someone else this morning. Be who you want to be. Be the Superman of your community. Be the Superwoman of your community. Be that superhuman of your community. And you can dive right in and do that this morning. I hope that you got some great rest today, last night. I hope that you woke up refreshed. I hope you woke up vibrant and ready as a sponge to absorb all of the amazing goodness. But I hope you're also ready, like a sponge, to pour out, because there's some great things that we want to hear from each and every one of you. So feel free, don't be shy, get out there, network with all of the attendees, get out there, network with the vendors, network with one another, say, hey, I like your tapestry behind you. Say, hey, you have some interesting glasses. Say, hey, I don't know what you do. I don't think we've met before. Can we collaborate on something? Let's just network and really make the most out of this event this morning. If you are coming in, then I really think that you can take advantage of all the different chat features. There are ways in which we are going to make this feel, the thing is, it's like sometimes when you're in an actual in-person event, you don't get a chance to meet all the people that you would really want to meet. And so this is an unconference, which means sometimes the thing that's happening on stage is not the most important thing that you need to participate in. It is about what's happening on the sidelines. We're going to give you great content. There's going to be great speakers. There's going to be great events and things that are happening right up front, but that is not necessarily where you have to keep your attention. You are welcome to move about the cabin and go wherever you want to go this morning throughout the rest of these 3 days. So once again, if you have anybody who's not here, they need to be here. Get your kids, get your mother, get everyone together. This is the place to be, the unconference, the Hopeful Economics Unconference. In case you're wondering, we have begun. We are getting started. This is the space for all of us who are in social purpose organizations, for all of us in nonprofits, all of us in for-profits and in corporations and in enterprise, social impact enterprises, who are in communities of faith and churches and parishes, all of us across the entire Turtle Island together to figure some things out about community. Community is different than it's ever been before. We're trying to understand, what do we do different? But there are some basic elements about being a community that will not ever change. And so we want to tap into what those might be. And so once again, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Hoover platform that you want to take advantage of. You have your agenda there on the left side of the panel. When you see your agenda, you can see all the things that are happening right now. As you see right now that we're in the welcome part right there at the beginning. That is me, Terrell McTire, that you come into, wonder who this guy is on your screen. And so we're right on time there. In a few moments, we're going to jump over and watch a video and see some other things. Later on at 11 o'clock, Eastern time. All of these are in Eastern time. We will jump into a theology of money and economics and learn some things from Patrick Dugan. Then we'll jump to the the economic impact of churches and discerning the relationship between social enterprise and faith. We're going to hear from several different community of faith, religious organizers who are going to help us understand some of these things. And even later on this afternoon, we're going to have a pitch for partners that will blow you away. You want to get ready to hear some of these pitches. Then this afternoon, we will go through some of the history of social enterprises through the ages and really talk about the inclusivity of economies and learning how this happens in even rural spaces. There'll be guidelines for the decolonizing and the anti-racist ways in which you can take your organizations into a more financially lucrative position, and social enterprise roles in systemic change. We all have a role to play. The social enterprise, the communities of faith, all of us together have something that we are to do. Around 3:30 Eastern, you are also able to see the next part of our pitch competition or our pitch space. You don't want to miss that. And that will end our space for today. And so we'll get up in the morning and do it all again. You're going to have to get some great rest tonight because tomorrow, again, is going to be a jam-packed time. Also on the left of Hoover, you'll see where it says attendees. When you click on attendees, you're able to move around and see all the amazing people who are here. They are all valuable, important people. You can send them a personal message and say, hey, good morning. I am so happy to see you. I am so glad that you're here. You want to go in and meet as many people as you can. That is a major advantage of being a part of this conference. Also, you can go through communities and use this like a community board. There's different rooms in which you can engage and start conversations. If you don't like any of these conversations, this is an unconference. Start your own conversation. There are some ways in which you can do that there. You can start new topics or go ahead and follow certain ones that you are there. Be a little descriptive when you start a new topic. That way people will really be interested and want to figure out why I should come to this topic of discussion. Then also, again, these exhibitors, you are going to encounter some of the most amazing people across all of North America who are really doing great things. There'll be videos there. There'll be ways to contact them there. There will be ways to understand what their organization is, how to call them or how to shoot them an email or how to visit their website. You want to take some time throughout this day to really go through each and every single one of the vendors and learn about what they have to do. All right, are you ready? I know you're amped. I know you're pumped. I know you're ready for this. I know that this is what you've been longing for all week long. Could not wait to get to the Hopeful Economics Unconference, and now you're here. And so we want to begin this morning with a welcome from my brother, Rob.
Rob, did you unmute yourself?
See, now that we have that out of the way, every other speaker will be able to do that just perfectly. It has to happen at least in one of these Zoom meetings, right?
Okay. Yes, I was trying to unmute myself.
Well, we hear you now. We ready. We want to see you, my friend.
There we are.
There you are.
So I've now made all of the possible tech mistakes that anyone can make, so it's all been done. Don't need to do it anymore. What an amazing introduction, Terrell. I was excited coming here, but now I'm just on tenterhooks waiting for what will happen. So a couple of things. One, looking at as Terrell described this, a magnificent diversity of people gathered here. I know it's going to be a transformative event. Transformation can be difficult. So there is a chapel if you're needing kind of a quiet space to get away, and a couple of chaplains, myself and Lauren Hodgson, who you can message there through the chapel. if you want to have a conversation just to process some of the things that you're experiencing at the event. So feel free, there's a little guided meditation there as well called Loving Kindness, if you want to take a moment just to reground in the midst of all that's happening. New technology can be a little stressful too, so feel free to join us at the chapel. You can find that by going to the exhibitors list, and the booths are listed alphabetically there. So, yeah, there it is on the screen. So, one of the practices that we have often in Canada and in the United Church of Canada in particular is an acknowledgement of the traditional territories of the Indigenous peoples of North America when we gather, because we gather on land that was here before the arrival of Europeans and others who have come to this place. We do this as part of reconciliation for a history of violence and injustice that Indigenous peoples have experienced in North America and continue to experience. It's not a sufficient gesture for reconciliation, but it's part of a larger process, and we hope an important symbolic remembering of the peoples who hold the stories and have stewarded this land for thousands of years, perhaps as many as 14 or 15,000 years here in North America. So the Reverend Michael Blair is the General Secretary of the United Church of Canada, and he has offered to do the territorial acknowledgement for our gathering and to start off our gathering here in a good way. So Carla, if you could.
Friends, it's my privilege to welcome you to this conference or unConference today and the next couple of days. And I look forward to the opportunities that we'll have to network together, to share together, to build on ideas, to create community. I'm grateful for the privilege to be among you. As we gather this morning, I want to acknowledge and recognize that wherever we are in our North American context today, that we are on lands that belong to many Indigenous nations, and that the people of these nations have stewarded the resources of this land, that they engaged in practices and built community and support and encouraged each other and others. And we have much to learn from and to be grateful to. This morning I come to you from Toronto, the on Turtle Island. It is the home of many Indigenous peoples, including the Huron-Wendat, the Petun First Nation, and the Seneca people, and currently the people of the Mississaugas of the Credit. This territory is a territory that is governed by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt, which was a covenant between the Confederacy of the Ojibwe people and the Haudenosaunee people. We are grateful for their stewardship. We are thankful for their people, and we are thankful for their resilience in the face of genocide. And so as we gather this morning, we acknowledge that with gratitude for faithful stewardship. May our time together really be a space of encouragement for us. Have a great unConference.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for Michael Blair, who helped us to understand a little bit more about how we think about the amazing land, the amazing space that we've been afforded to inhabit. We are here. We are at the unConference called Hopeful Economics. And maybe you've never been to an unConference before, and it's not something that you've ever experienced or know exactly how to navigate. As throughout the event, I am going to help you. I want you to take the risk of going through the technology, go through Hoover, and see what parts are there, what parts are unfamiliar to you. You won't break it, just try it, click on any button. This is one of those times where you are free to touch everything. And we want you to go to the exhibit. We want you to go and visit each and every person. An unconference is a participant-driven meeting, which means you're in charge. You are the main person that's supposed to be here. The format is created so that you are able to have peer-to-peer learning, collaboration, and creativity. So there's no reason for you not to be able to leave this week without having poured into someone or gotten something from one of your neighbors. But what is this notion of economics? Why is this the Hopeful Economics unconference? Economics is kind of a social science where we study how people interact with value and their products, the production, the distribution, the consumption of goods and services. It studies how individuals, businesses, governments, and even nations make choices about how to allocate these resources. You see, in economics, it's a focus on the action of human beings based on assumptions that the human act with rational behaviors and seeking the most optimum level of benefit for all. Many people usually hear the word economics and they automatically think about money, but economics is so much more than just money. It is about how you weigh different choices and alternatives. So much of what it is about the important choices that you make that do involve money, but they don't necessarily have to involve money. It's how you run, how you deal with things on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, all of your life choices. And all these things connect to money, but it is really about something bigger than that. Economics is a choice that we make every single day, whether that be how what gas you use, or what is the best route to work, or what you should have for dinner tonight, what job you should take over another, what you should do, is it the right time to finish college or go back, or whether it's time to start that online business. That is all a part of economics. And I'm excited that we're going to be talking about economics this morning, but I'm even more excited about the very first word of this conference, and that is hopeful. Are you a people who are hopeful this morning? Hopeful is about feeling or being inspired through optimism about a future event, a future occurrence, a future way of being. It is about being cheerful, comfortable, eager, even enthusiastic. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we could break down that hope means. Like hope could mean hold on, pain ends. Hope means health opportunities for people everywhere. Hope means housing opportunities for people everywhere. Hope means helping other people eat. Hope means helping other people every day. It means hold on, peace exists. It means healing our personal environment and healing other people's in helping other people enthusiastically. Whatever way you want to make hope be, then I want you to be able to bring all of that hope into the space and all of that energy into the space. Desmond Tutu said, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. And so today, we're going to put all that together, the Hopeful Economics Unconference. And so we want to make sure that you feel greeted in the space. So right now, we're going to have a greeting by Ryan Turnbull.
Hi, my name is Ryan Turnbull. As the Member of Parliament for Whitby and the Chair of the Social Innovation Caucus, I want to welcome and offer my congratulations to the organizers and the attendees of the Hopeful Economics Unconference. As many of you are aware, in the last Parliament, our federal government launched something very exciting called the Social Innovation and Social Finance Strategy for Canada. And since then, we've implemented the Investment Readiness Program and are on our way to launching the Social Finance Fund. And I look forward to seeing what more we can do to support the emerging social economy across Canada and how that social economy will contribute to Canada's overall economic recovery. This is a huge opportunity for us as a country. We all have experienced the undeniable fact that COVID-19 has rapidly changed so much about our way of life. In my view, social innovation and social finance can give us hope and inspiration for the future because of its potential, its enormous potential for systems change and transformation. And I believe that's needed now more than ever. I think we've learned that from COVID-19. In fact, communities of faith, through their mission-focused work and commitment to social justice, have long played a critical role in supporting community resilience. The collective goodwill and creative spirit that many of you bring to your work contributes to the social innovation movement across Canada, and I'm so glad that you're all gathering today. The work you all do is critically important and will assist in the important work we have ahead as we look towards making sure our economic recovery is inclusive, equitable, sustainable, and builds a more resilient society, country, economy for everyone. My sincere congratulations to the organizers of the event today, and I wish you all my very best for a successful gathering. I hope you have lots of time to cross-pollinate ideas, reflect deeply on the issues affecting you and your communities, and at the end of the day, after all the discussions, I hope you've achieved a renewed sense of purpose and vision that will nourish you and your spirit for months to come. I believe a bright future is ahead, and all of us have an essential role to play in our recovery. So think big, be creative, and unleash that spirit that you have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for that amazing. I think I'm getting some feedback. Let me turn off my Hoover here. All right. Thank you so much, Ryan, for that amazing greeting. Listen, he said a pretty interesting word, that cross-pollinate, that he is encouraging us to do. If you haven't been to an unconference before, that is exactly one of the benefits of an unconference. We like to say that as you're in this space, you can be one or many of four things. One of those is to be a butterfly, or some people say the law of 2 feet, that you're able to go in and out of whatever thing that you want to. If you want to slip over to the exhibit space or slip into another conversation or have a side conversation, do what you want. Go be beautiful on whatever flower in whatever space that you want to be. We also encourage you to be a bee. You have amazingness inside of you already. So we want you to take advantage. We want everyone to hear what's on your mind, to understand the ways in which you think the economy of humanness can be improved. We want that for you. Or maybe you're a beaver. You're a bridge builder. You're that person that says, hey, have you met this person? And let me introduce to this person and let me get you all connected. You're a networker. And so we need you as a part of this. The guy we don't need, the person we don't need are the bulldogs. Those who feel like they have to jump right in, take over, they know it all. You know what? I believe you do know quite a bit, but it's just about the grace and the way in which you come and bring your wealth of knowledge into the space. Don't be a bulldog. Don't take over. Don't make sure that everyone has the opportunity to really understand what it is that is happening in this space. There's a couple of rules that really kind of not rules, but if you've ever been to an open space type of thing, you understand that rule number 1 is whoever shows up is the right person. And rule number 2 is whatever happened is the right thing that could have happened. Rule number 3 is whenever it starts, it's the right time to start. And the last rule and the final rule is whenever it's over, it's over. So we want you to be able to jump out, take a snack, go handle the kids that are doing virtual learning, do whatever you need to be able to do, take care of yourself and jump in and engage with us as often and as much as you are able to. We are here to actively listen to each other, to find new ideas and ways to work together. So in the learning space, everyone is here gathering to learn together and from each other, and we have something to offer each and every participant. We each have something to gain from each and every experience and all of the content. And guess what? Every voice matters. Many of the sessions are engaging and interactive. They involve breakout rooms. At the beginning of each breakout session, we ask that you recognize how much time you'll have and how many people are in the room so that you can take advantage of the most maximum amount of your airtime. For example, if you only have 20 minutes and there are 4 people in the room, each one has 5 minutes to be able to pitch and do whatever they want to bring into that. Make sure that all voices are centered. And one practice is to note that if you do have privilege to not be the first one to speak, please use that privilege in a responsible way and center other voices. We want this to be a safe space. Matter of fact, no, we want this to be a safer space. Not sure that there really is such a thing as a safe space. We want this to be a brave space. This is an affirming, an open, a welcoming space where all matter, and that we want all voices to be heard and appreciated. Later on at 2 today, Eastern time, there's going to be a live discussion on how do we make decisions, guidelines for decolonizing and anti-racist decision-making in community funding. This is on the agenda and will be hosted via Zoom. And the leaders are Adele Holliday, and she is the equity monitor of the United Church of Canada, which has committed to becoming an anti-racist denomination. Also, Murray Pruden, the executive minister of Indigenous Ministries, will be joining her. This is an underpinning of the being of safer space for every single one of us. The flow of the event is pretty easy. It'll go as scheduled, as we have it there in your agenda for Hoover. Today, we are really going to be fertilizing your mindset as we work. The first few sessions are specially designed for communities of faith, but all are invited, and social purpose organizations are absolutely welcome to join. To think differently about their role in the hopeful economics, from a theological understanding of money to the economic impacts of community of faith, to understanding what social enterprise has to do with faith. All of that is going to be a part of that conversation, and everyone should step in and see what the church is doing. Then we will have about 12:30 a pitch for partnerships. It is a time to think differently about our language as communities of faith and how to translate this to be able to have better, more understood conversations with these potential partners. And then the last part of the day, we will have our social purpose organizations. Again, these are the community of faith, all communities of faith are welcome, but our social purpose organizations will be engaging in conversation, and it does have a history of social enterprise and social justice, a time of learning from rural, the role of social enterprise in systemic change, and it also ends with another pitch for partnership time from our social purpose organizations. So consider how that can translate into the work that you're doing and the people with whom you want to network. Now, we warned you that this is an unconference, so there might be some unexpected interactivities that take place. Tomorrow on Thursday, we're going to dive into the tools that we need to collaborate. The first sessions are going to be about how we are able to hear from faith leaders and social sector leaders in what we are calling a fishbowl conversation. They'll be having a conversation that you'll be able to jump in and listen to what they're saying. And then the breakout spaces will be a discussion on hopeful economics together. Then the second session, we will have an activity, a gamified activity called Mission Possible. It is an interactive game that is giving you a social problem to solve together. And this is what we are here for. Then on Friday, you're going to be like, I need more. So we're going to prime you and make you, again, really get into the collaboration of what's happening. In the first half of the day, we're going to have you pick a problem that you are passionate about and learn and leaning into the collaboration of others across all of North America. Learn how they are already addressing some of these challenges and see what might be possible together. Let's say you are passionate about food poverty, or imagine connecting with others about how it is as much as you are able to and approaching it from a different way than may be taking place in your current setting. This is what we will talk about on Friday morning. Then Friday afternoon, we're going to go into some sessions where we are talking about your local connections. We find others in community or regions that are thinking this way. And we find out that what their strengths are and what we have together is so much better when we put our collective minds together. We will be collectively talking about change and what is possible in each of our neighborhoods. This is building the future of North America for the next 100 years. Can you believe you're a part of that? You're going to shape the future. And throughout the whole time, you can be connected on these community boards. You can create community boards yourself. You can reach out to individuals, organizations through the attendee list. You can visit all the exhibitors and see their videos and details and additional live sessions that will be held there for you to attend. You should have received a video tutorial by email from Hoover, and this is now in the chat so that you can be sure and check out and make the most of your events. As an added bonus, there is an added gamification feature. So we want you to have fun with this. It is polls, there are connections, there are questions there. Matter of fact, I think we're gonna have a little bit of a game where you can actually win a prize. One of our sponsors, Staples, has given us a couple of mystery pack prizes that we want to hand out. So again, I'm encouraging you, visit all the booths, communicate with your fellow attendees, do all of that. Also, as you enter the booths, a raffle, and we will let you know more about that mystery prize. As you can tell, this unconference is just the tip of the iceberg. We will be connected and inspired throughout the next 3 days, and we will discover how to stay connected and inspired every time that we meet together as community. Again, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to help you navigate throughout the rest of the day, but you are welcome to jump over into our next session that starts right now on why we are involved in social justice.